All right. So today I'm with Kim. Kim has been working with me since say about what the end of April, and
About April, yeah.
yeah, we've seen some really cool weight loss since then. And there were a lot of things that went into that with creating a sustainable plan for Kim to follow, um, emotional support, and really just developing a connection. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if you're gonna follow someone's protocols, like you need to have a relationship with them. They need to understand kind of what you're going through so they can find something that, works for you. So Kim, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? What'd you do for work? Where are you from? Quick little run.
Well, my name's Kim Casey, and I'm from East Tennessee, part of the Appalachian chain. And I'm a retired nurse. Also, I'm a current pastor of a church here in Irwin, Tennessee, and been ministering for, probably around 45 years. I've been retired from nursing about, well, let's see, since 2010, 26 years in nursing. And just have had challenging life with having weight problems since teenage years, and it just all started mostly around adolescence. Started gaining weight, and then it's just been a challenge ever since.
Yeah.
And just it's been in and out doing different diets, different uh, weight loss programs, and see some success, but then it always goes back to the same gain weight back, never hold to the program. It's just was hard to because I guess I just didn't really get into a good routine, didn't stick with the program, but that's different now.
Yeah. Lose 25 pounds and gain it back. So yeah,
Yeah.
give us a quick rundown on like what your fitness journey was looking like before you started working with us. Or I guess even like your health, like how your health was looking.
Well, my health was pretty. I was really depleted of my health as far as I had diabetes, hypertension, fatigue. Uh, Sometimes I feel depressed because my life was. Well, I have a family. I've got some smaller kids and a wife, and it was hard for me to do anything with them because of my being overweight. And I had to wear a CPAP, which is a sleep apnea, and it kind of kept me hindered down in activities. All time taking inhalers for breathing, and a lot of fluid edema, kidney problems, just multiple issues that I was going through, and it really, really, really was. Uh, well, I felt like I was at my wit's end, really, to be honest, until I met Jacob, and Jacob. But I know it was a God thing because I was just scrolling on Instagram, and I never. I mean, I had reached out for help by just trying to get good advice, and but never could seem to really get any good advice or the support I needed until I seen Jacob, and I was drawn to listen to Jacob because I noticed he had a cross on his neck, and that just kind of, I don't know, I guess a spiritual bond there,
Hmm.
and I knew then that Jacob was the one I needed to talk to. And so that's where we started in April. The day after my birthday, I run across Jacob on Instagram and the program, and it really was a godsend. I really believe that.
Yeah, for sure. What motivated you to reach out and get help with like your fitness goals and your health?
Well, I mean, what motivated me was, well, I was seeing I guess just looking at the future, looking at if I continued the path I was on, I wasn't going to be around here much longer. I just felt that way. I know that my being overweight was hindering me with spending time with my kids, being playful with the little ones, going doing things with my son, which is now 12, like going fishing and stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't able to do that. I just wasn't able to climb up and down the hills. I wasn't able to take those long trips. Now we go hiking. We go hiking. We went just recently went to the mountain chains here, and we took a trip up to the what we call the Unaka Mountain, and we traveled a trail. And I carried my youngest son Gabe on my back all the way up the top of that hill, and it's something I couldn't have done before, until I lost this weight and just get my body in a shape to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So mainly the motivation was being able to do things, even being a bit as far as in my ministry, being a minister and a pastor of a church. I mean, I need to be more effective in the ministry, and I felt like me being overweight was hindering ministry because I'm a very radical, I guess you call it radical preacher. I like to move around. I don't like to stand just in one place.
Yeah.
So my congregation can tell you I like to move around, and I was getting to that point where I couldn't do it anymore. I was just having to hold on to the pulpit and just stay in that one position. So I
That
guess
kind
for each his own.
yeah. That kind of goes into my next thing. Like, what was the biggest challenge you were facing when it came to your body and your health?
The biggest challenge,
Mm.
oh, I guess one thing was self-esteem. I didn't have much of a self-esteem as far as in appearance. I just felt kind of paranoid a little bit sometimes about how people thought about me, and I wanted to. I just wanted to be. Well, I just wanted to be what God wanted me to be. I mean, I try to be myself, but also I wanted to, just mostly be effective in I guess I'm a person pleaser. I try to make people happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can make people happy even though you.
You cut out a little bit. I think the last thing I heard you say was pleasing people. So what'd you say after that?
Well, pleasing people. I mean, sometimes we want to please people, but uh, uh, sometimes you got to look at yourself and you got to see achievement for yourself. As far as trying to do things that would enhance your life. And this has really enhanced my life. I'll just put it that way. I've more family time together.
Yeah. It's hard to.
Whereas it used to be emphasis on just trying to survive
Mhm.
because of the weight issue, trying to survive from day to day, uh, wondering if you're going to be here tomorrow is another issue. I went through a lot because I've been through so many medical conditions. But then, I mean, I know we don't have the promise of tomorrow, but I know that at least I'm making an
Right.
effort to live. To live. That's the big thing. I want to live for my kids. I want to live for my wife.
Yeah.
I want to live to be effective in the ministry.
Yeah, and you said it right. I mean, it's hard to I feel like both of us, serve people, we help others, and it's hard to do that if you can't take care of yourself first. Because
Right.
if you start degrading, how are you going to help others?
Right. If you get to
So,
you can't do it, then you're just hurting yourself and others too.
right. So what were some things that you tried before, working with me?
Oh, I've been on multiple diets. I've been on the Weight Watchers diet, and that was back with my college years. I was on Weight Watchers, and I attended the meetings, uh, counted calories. And then that was it. Done good for a while, but I had to stay in the program and I had to stay dedicated to it. Of course, in that time of my life, I was planning marriage. No kids. When you're in that stage of life, you really don't think about the future as much. You're just caught up in the moment.
That's right. Yeah.
So I was caught up in having a good time, eating, going to Little Caesars, have pizza about every day.
Yeah.
But then after that, that kind of was a flop. After a while, I just got tired of it. Then I went to the Dr. Atkins diet, which was high protein, low carb, and I done that for a while. But I got tired of eating just protein. I got tired of that, and I did lose some on it, but it was not lasting. I gained it all back,
Yeah.
uh, and uh, and then I went to trim the last diet I went to before I come on this diet or this program, I should say. I was on Trim Healthy Mama, and I've done that with my wife. She was trying to help me, and my wife has been a big support. But the Trim Healthy Mama, it had to deal with a lot of taking capsules and putting on topical patches, and you had to keep up with that every day, and which I mean I done that, but and I did lose when I originally started. I was 409 pounds when I started that, and then I lost down to right around 370s, but I would bounce back and forth. I never stay consistent with it. And well, I mean, as far as the program, I stay consistent doing the pills and capsules and all that, but it just was not for me. I just it just wasn't for me. Now it was good for her because she had a lot of friends. She had a lot of support on the system she was on, and of course it's Trim Healthy Mama. A lot of women's in it,
Yeah.
and that was good for her. And she lost a lot too, but it just did not sustain. I did not sustain on it well at all. And then that's when I met Jacob and started in this program, and it's a life changing situation. It made me realize that I had to be determined to change my life. I couldn't just bounce back and forth. I had to change. I had to change, and if it meant just me doing it, I had to do it. If I had the support, which I mean, I'm glad I've got the support. My wife supports me so much, and then I've got the groups that support me. And Jacob here, I always tell him I appreciate him very much because he's always there to help me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, man. And I mean, what would you even call it? I mean, would you say it's like a program, or would you say it's more just like, I don't know, what would you call it? Would you call it a program?
Oh wow. Wow. Well, I mean, I've got things scheduled for my life through it,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a life changing process.
Mhm.
I don't know if you call it a program or it's it's just a way of life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a way of life. I mean, it's a change, and it's something you adapt to. You have to stick to it. I mean, if you veer off, I mean, of course, I mean, we all veer off maybe a little bit every once in a while, or something. Maybe we might eat something we're not supposed to, but we don't let that stop us.
Right.
We get right back on the bandwagon and go on.
Exactly.
You don't give up.
Yeah. So when you did join the team, um, that day you joined, what did success look like to you? What did you want to achieve?
Success. What I wanted to achieve, I wanted to be back. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel good about myself. I wanted to have that energy that I had back when I was before I was married. Because I had all kinds of energy then. I wanted to have that energy back. I wanted to feel good about myself. And I had goals. My goal was to reach back to my pre-marriage weight, which was I was there. I was at 180. No, not 180. I was at 240. But my goal was to reach back to 180. I mean, according to my height and structure, I was hoping, and I want to see 180. Hopefully, maybe one day, and I'm striving toward that.
Well, Kim, how much you said you were 367 when you joined, right? How much are you weighing today?
Today, I am weighing. Lord, I can't believe it. I'm weighing 278.
Hmm.
278. Now that's 90 pounds down from there.
Yeah.
So that to me is a great achievement. But to look back where I was, the heaviest in my life being 409 pounds,
Hmm.
and I look back at those pictures and it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But it's just, but it's believable because it has happened. It's happened. It's real. It's real.
No, yeah. And we did this in about 6.5 months, right? Talk
Yeah.
about some of your roadblocks that you've had, right? Like 90 pounds is incredible, and I'm sure you feel amazing, but it definitely wasn't an easy process so far, has it been?
No, it wasn't easy. I went through several medical conditions. Um, I went through a period of, I developed uh, foot ulcers on my feet. And I wouldn't, I don't think it was because of my my scheduled exercises, or I had went to a podiatrist and he had trimmed a callus on my toe, and it opened up, and developed a blister and opened up. And then I've been still in the healing process of trying to get it healed, and still doing twice a day wound treatment on my foot, trying to get that healed. But it didn't it and then I ended up with cellulitis in my left leg. I was in the hospital for a week, a little over a week, and it was a hard time during that time. And I couldn't do any kind of steps or any kind of cycling or anything during that time. But I still stayed with my diet in the hospital. I told him because I was on a certain calorie range. I can't remember exactly. Right now I'm on 1575, but I was a little higher, I think, at that point in time. I think like 2,300 calories. So I had the dietitian to adjust my diet during that time to fit with their meals. So, and they were very compliant to bring me what I asked. And I was tickled about that because I thought I'm not going to put this back on while I'm laying in here in this hospital.
Yeah. Because you were down about, I think, 30, 40 pounds by that point.
Yeah, I was down about that much. Yeah,
Yeah, that
and
was a long 2 weeks, man. I remember that text message. My heart dropped sitting at my girlfriend's house. Uh,
yeah,
but I mean, it was just another roadblock that we had to get through, man. There have been, plenty. I'm trying to think of other ones as well. Um, I don't know. I can't really recall off the top of my head. I know you probably can though.
I'm trying to think, but I can't remember. I know that was the major one.
Yeah.
That was the major one, and then
Or
I've
maybe
had
just like some type of nutritional thing that would have to change, right? Whether
yeah.
your sodium levels are too low.
Oh yeah, I had the swelling and edema in my legs, and I had to just we had to limit my sodium intake,
Mhm.
which that helped, and it helped get some of the fluid off of me. And kidney issues. I had kidney issues. That's what
Yeah,
it was.
that was a big one.
I went into kidney failure, stage 3 kidney failure, and then after I well, I had to go back on a blood pressure pill, just one that the doctor had me on, and it helped. It's supposed to help the kidneys function better. So I'm doing better with that. So I'm not having any problems other than maybe a little bit of edema every once in a while. But I try to watch my sodium intake.
And I've talked to a lot of people where, maybe they're going through issues like this, they have maybe some sort of medical thing comes up and just really any type of roadblock. I mean, it could literally be anything, right? Oh, my blood pressure.
Yeah, it can be anything.
But the biggest thing and what I like to do, it's just all about sustainability. You can lose weight no matter where you're at in life. Whether you're going
Right,
through health complications, it's gonna be a little bit difficult, right? You might not be able to move around as easy. Um, or maybe if you're just sitting at home and you are able to move a little bit, no matter where you are, you just have to find a plan that's sustainable for you.
right.
So,
That's right.
how did we help you actually achieve the 90 pounds down? What would you say was the biggest takeaway? Obviously, we have the Trainer Eyes app where your workouts are scheduled, but a lot of coaches have that, right? It's very generic. So, what do you think stood out the most that actually helped you lose this 90 pounds this far?
What's the the most? I'll just be honest with you. I think it just knowing that you're there and the support was there,
Mhm.
knowing that I could ask for help. No, it's the emotional support. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, I knew I could do the the exercise, the and finding out how to weigh your food was a big help because I didn't know that before. I never thought about weighing it. I mean, I always counted calories,
Mhm.
but knowing that you could weigh out your food on scales and portion it out, that was a big help to me.
Yeah.
Also, just having the support there in like the group meetings. When we
Mhm.
have our group meetings on Thursday, we could talk to one another. I mean, those that attended, we could talk and discuss things, and maybe get tips, uh, uh, checking in, just to see your progress, posting your wins.
Yeah.
You know, like if you went off of diabetic medicine because you lost so much weight, that was a big thing for me.
Mhm.
I'm not on any diabetic medicine now. I went off. I was on shots. I was on pills. And so I don't. I was on Ozempic. I was on Trulicity. I was on metformin. All those meds are gone now, and the doctor told me that I was not classified as a diabetic now. So I
So,
mean, that was great for me because that hangs over you when you're trying to, I guess, get insurance or anything like that, or background.
and it's crazy. Like a
So
lot of these things can just simply be fixed with weight loss.
yeah, my blood pressure stayed down. I don't have any major that pill. The one pill I take is just for my kidneys. It's not really for my blood pressure. It's to keep my kidneys functioning well. So see, I used to have hypertension real bad. I mean, I was on multiple hypertensive medications, but now I don't take but that one, and but it's not even for hypertension; it's for kidney function. So
Right. Yeah, but it's crazy how much weight loss can help with your journey. And
medical stability. I mean, it
right.
stabilizes you medically by losing weight, and health issues is a big thing when you're overweight. You know, my breathing. The last time I went back to my lung doctor, pulmonary doctor, he was amazed at the weight loss. He was amazed that I didn't have any wheezing in my lungs anymore. I didn't have the fluid retention that I had anymore, and he even put me off seeing him for a year. So I don't even have to go back and see him for a whole year. And usually it was quarterly. I see him every 3 months.
Yeah. And I didn't even know that. That was the first time I think I've heard that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it really just comes down to weight loss. And that's like one of the biggest things. And, losing weight is one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
And at least for what I did, just you have to have someone that's like you. First of all, you have to have the knowledge. You got to know how to do it, and you have to
Right.
find it sustainable. And you have to have someone on your side walking you through if you don't know how to do any of that. So, Kim, what does the next 12 months look like for your health and fitness?
Next 12 months. Well, I look for my goal is to lose more weight, which I'm hoping to be down close to the at least 240. I hope down that far, which I believe
Um,
it's achievable.
You
I
can.
really do believe it's achievable.
That's
Uh,
12 months. I think you'll be down to 180 with it.
yep, and I want to have longer endurance as far as my walking and going places and doing things that I enjoy. You know, so uh, that and maybe even take a trip with the family somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
Being able to go. We always wanted to go to the Grand Canyon, so that would be a trip. And of course, I know that I had to be in health to do that.
yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So, knowing what you know now and everything that you've gone through, what would you have done differently earlier in your journey? Like before we started working with each other?
Before, Lord, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Jacob. I just didn't have no hope. I guess at that point in time, I was just like I said. I was at my end.
Yeah.
I felt I had no. I don't know how to put it.
I get what you're saying though. Yeah.
You know,
So, let me ask you this then. So, for anyone that's stuck in the same place you were, what's one mistake they should avoid?
one mistake. If you mess up, just get right back on the wagon.
Hmm.
Don't let one issue. Don't want let. Don't let one problem hold you back from
Yeah.
achieving what you dream and what you desire.
Yeah.
It's easy to get discouraged, but again, remember you're worth something.
Yeah. And
At least in the eyes of the Lord, you're worth something.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess to final it up, what would be one tactical advice that you give someone looking to, lose weight and better their health?
Advice:
Mhm.
uh, try to, I guess, try to stick to the plan. Try to stick to the plan. Uh, uh, don't give up.
Now, if the plan is, maybe too difficult for them, what would you say for them to do?
Um, it's too difficult. Then look at the things you can do.
Okay.
Don't just give up because it's harder.
Yeah.
Try to maximize the potential that you have with what you can do with.
It all comes.
You may not have the machines, or you may not be able to go to the gym or at that point in time, but make an effort. If you just have to sit at home and do something, if you have to be at home and just have to get in a chair and do some exercises, or if you have to, you know, substitute for maybe you don't have a steak to fix,
Yeah.
or certain food that you need, just substitute it with something that's just good and meets the requirement.
It's
Because
all
I
about,
don't know, not everybody is going to have the same ability to get what they need, but hopefully you will. But if you don't, then just make do with what you got.
and that's why the whole program is fully customized to each and every person.
Right,
Everyone has different lifestyles, right? Not everyone might be retired like you, right? Uh,
right,
but someone might be able to go to the gym more often than you. That's the thing, right? So like
right. Like me, I've got a family, and it's kind of I have to work around my family to go. because I have to watch the kids sometimes, and my wife takes care of her dad, and so I have to plan around, but I always make it there. I may have to go overnight. I may have to go at midnight, but I get it in.
Yeah.
You know.
It's hard work, man, but you've definitely have you deserve everything that you've achieved, man. So, do you have anything else that you want to say or anything like that before we close it today, Cam?
No, I just want to say I appreciate you helping me, and I, I I do know that this was a godsend, and I I don't know where I'd be today if I hadn't started this. I don't know. I mean, I could still be alive, but then God has plans. So,
Yeah. Well,
but it may have been a lot worse. I may have been worse condition
yeah,
if I hadn't got
yeah,
in doing this. I mean, getting into this lifestyle, this change.
yeah. Well, it's been my pleasure, man, working and serving you this far. Excited to see how the next 6, 12 months go. I mean, man, we're
Yep,
halfway done.
halfway done.
Halfway done. It's been a great journey so far, man. The motivation, the discipline that you've built, it's unstoppable, right? If you keep at that,
Right, it becomes a habit. I mean, it becomes habit. You look for it. You look for it every day.
yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. You look for it, and even in your shopping changes.
Hmm.
I remember going to get my first time that I lost all this weight. I mean, the first time I went to shop for clothes. I was amazed at the difference. And well, I mean, I got so teary eyed when I
What
had
was the
shop for
size? What
clothes.
was the size difference, Kim?
Well, I went from a 5X in shirts down to 1X, 2X, and I went from a size 70 in pants. Now you can imagine how big that is. 70 in pants. I'm down to 50 to 52 now.
It's awesome.
So that was what, 20 inches, 18 to 20 inches.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is incredible. And I cleaned out my closets the other day, and I took what I had previously to a younger gentleman. He's losing some weight, and he needed some size a little bit bigger than what he was, but he come down some, and he needed some clothes. So I was happily
Yeah,
eager to get those clothes for him and give to him.
yeah, for sure. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, man, it's pretty much all I got for you. Thank you for hopping on. Yeah, man, I think you're a huge testimony to what we do, and definitely what a lot of people want to achieve, man. And again, within these next 6 to 12 months, the fact that you'll be down to 180 is just not only blows my mind, but it also doesn't really surprise me with how much work that you put in. It's just gonna take time, right? Time.
Yeah, don't get discouraged. I mean, I tell people don't get discouraged. I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people ask me what I'm doing, and how I'm losing all this weight, and a lot of people want to know if I'm sick or something. And I tell them, no, I'm not sick. I said I'm just finally made my mind up.
Yeah. I mean, whenever people don't haven't seen you, I guess at a healthy weight before, it's just different, right? I mean, I
Yeah, it's like that doctor of that pulmonary doctor. He told me when I went in there. He come in the room where I was at. He couldn't believe it. He said, and before he left there, he said, "You've made my day." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I finally get to see somebody that has made a change in their life." And he said, "I know that you're going to go out of here and you're going to breathe better. You're going to feel better." And I mean, he said, "You just made my day."
you know,
And I said, "Well, I'm glad I could make somebody's day."
that's so awesome, man. I love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely love it.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for hopping on, Kim. Yeah. I hope you guys watching this have a wonderful rest of your day and hopefully take, what Kim said and apply it to your own fitness journey. Maybe even get some help if that's something that you're needing. But just remember, God's got a plan. Stick to
That's
something
right.
that's sustainable and don't give up because you might just be this far away or this close from making it a sustainable lifestyle for yourself. So
Right.
just keep pushing forward.
That's right. All it takes is one decision. I tell my congregation, I said, the decisions you make will determine how you spend the rest of your life. The decisions you make today.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it really, and I had to apply it to my life.
Yeah.
Not only preach it to the congregation, but apply it to my life. So, and it has made a difference.
Hmm. Yeah.